Which legendary Bronco player told Clinton Portis that he had to play hungover? Welcome into your Denver Sports Daily for June 18th. Let's go.
Taking you through your morning headlines, it's Denver Sports Daily with Rachel V. Hill.
Clinton Portis may be remembered more for being traded for Champ Bailey than his actual career for the Denver Broncos. But before the deal that sent him to Washington, the 2 years Portis had in the Mile High City were special. And he joined 104.3 The Fan to talk about his favorite memory while in the Mile High City. Take a listen.
A handful of the same one asking, what is your favorite memory as a Denver Bronco?
I think everyone wants the answer of the 5 touchdown game, and that was great against Kansas City. But my favorite memory would be us playing Arizona, the Arizona Cardinals, the last game of the season, my rookie year. And anyone that was in Denver or anyone that knows the story know that I was 5 steps away from knocking on Coach Shanahan's door to tell him, "Hey, bro, I'm hungover. I can't play. Like, I'm sick. I'm throwing up. Like, yeah. I can't play in this game." And Shannon Sharp stopped me and was like, "Bro, what you doing? Like, that's not his problem. You have to be a professional." I'm 21 at the time. No clue what the requirements are. Yeah. Just knowing I don't feel well, and Sharp kind of, made me contrast whirlpools and go out and run. And, I'm throwing up all over the sideline and pregame. And I come out, and what I think was my best career game was that game, because I knew the conditions I was playing in. And I had like 220,
228
or something. Yeah, I had 228, and it was like a video game. Like, just everything was slowed down. Yep. And I'm laughing and playing around. It was one of those games like
playing free.
Under these conditions, I just performed like the sky was the limit at that time. You like.
First of all, I love that he was so open and honest. And I love that it was Shannon Sharp who was like, "No, you need to go out there and play. You have to be professional, even at the age of 21. When you are given all of these things like booze, all sorts of stuff." He's like, "Nope, you still have to go out there and play." And of course, has one of the best games of his career here in the Mile High City. I think it's such a fun story. I'm so glad that they did it. You can check out our YouTube channel if you want to see the full interview with Clinton Portis. And then also you can check out denversports.com for articles involving the running back as well. Now, the Broncos are working out UFL Birmingham's DeAndre Tillman today. He is a 3-4 outside linebacker with pass rushing skills, said agent Marty Magad, who also reps Broncos tight end Lucas Kroll. We've talked plenty about Kroll. He's been fantastic over there for OTAs and minicamp. We can't wait to see what he's going to do in training camp. But Tillman helped Birmingham win 3 straight USFL and USFL and UFL titles. Man, that's hard to say. But it's become very clear that the Broncos are not happy at the linebacker position because last Thursday they decided to add inside linebacker Andre Smith, a 7-year veteran for 4 NFL teams, most recently with the Atlanta Falcons. Smith spent the first 2 seasons of his career, 2018 and 2019, with the Carolina Panthers, sticking with them after being a 7th-round draft pick. He then moved on to Buffalo and Tennessee before joining Atlanta, where he played a career-high 112 defensive snaps, logging 19 total tackles and a forced fumble. So it's clear they're not happy at linebacker. What are they going to do? I think it's great that these UFL guys are getting an opportunity to be able to go out there. There's been a lot of signings actually coming out of it. We've seen different coaches that have said a lot of these guys need to be playing in the NFL. So again, just a wonderful thing. We'll see if they end up signing him. But again, Broncos not happy at the linebacker position. Now, the Boston Celtics defeated the Dallas Mavericks 106-88 in Game 5 of the NBA Finals to win the team's 18th championship. This is the first championship for the Celtics in 16 years, and they now have the most championships of any NBA team. Less than 24 hours after winning the 2023-2024 NBA championships, the Boston Celtics are already favored to repeat next season. This prediction comes from FanDuel Sportsbook, who have the Celtics as a plus 300 favorite. But then you can see there in that number 2 spot, Denver Nuggets fans, you should be getting a little bit excited because people think they are going to be good. They're going to be back out there again next year. Hopefully they could, come in and try and steal this from the Celtics for sure. But you also have the Dallas Mavericks, who are listed as a plus 950 favorite. But then, we're happy to see the fact that Boston's up there, but we're happy to see the fact that the Denver Nuggets are also still in this conversation, along with Minnesota, the Thunder, the Bucks, etc. So let's hope that that's not a repeat, but hey, you never know. You also got to do, though, shooting guard and small forward Jaylen Brown was named the NBA Finals MVP. Brown said it was an honor and it was a full team effort. I share this with my brothers and my partner in crime, Jason Tatum. He was with me the whole way, so we share this together. During the 5 NBA Finals games, Brown averaged 20.8 points, 5.4 rebounds, and 5.0 assists. As for his partner in crime, Tatum helped secure the Game 5 win for Boston with 31 points to defeat the Dallas Mavericks. Now, we can't forget, though, about Colorado-born Derek White. White has already been one of the 20 NBA players ever to be born in Colorado, one of 28 to play for their high school ball in the Centennial State, and one of 29 to suit up for the Buffaloes. But he's also become the 4th person in Colorado, the 4th person to play high school in Colorado, and the 4th person to play for the CU Buffs, who has now won an NBA championship. So congratulations to Derek White on that front. His production has risen in the postseason yet again, capping his ring with, you can see there, it says 1 title, but he also had 69 points, 24 rebounds, 14 assists, 6 steals, and 5 blocks in the finals. You also have to remember, though, that he chipped his tooth. Yes. You can see that front tooth. It is definitely moved. He's going to have to go see a dentist probably relatively soon. He also has that chipped tooth, but he says, this is what we worked for. I mean, I'll lose all my teeth for a championship. I'll get it fixed and enjoy this one. Now, they will, of course, be having to get ready for a parade, but will it actually be happening this week? That's a good question. The city of Boston is planning the championship parade honoring the Celtics, and everybody's saying that it could be possibly happening on Friday, June 21st. However, that date may change considering the upcoming heat wave that will be beginning on Tuesday and stretching to at least Thursday and potentially Friday. Don't want anybody passing out there. I remember the Nuggets parade like it was literally yesterday. It was so much fun. Luckily, we got a little bit of cloud cover out there for the Nuggets parade, so hopefully the same thing can happen, but I think having it on a Friday would be so much fun out there in Boston, and I hope everybody gets to enjoy that one for sure. Now, James Harden now has an unfortunate record following the Boston Celtics winning their 18th championship on Monday night. Harden now leads active NBA players in playing the most playoff games without a championship with 166. Celtics forward Al Horford, previously held that honor with 186 games before they finally became a champion last night for the first time in his 17-season career. My guess is he's going to be hanging it up after this one. When factoring in retired players, Karl Malone is the leader with 193 career playoff games without a championship win. HBO's Hard Knocks is entering its 4th season, and it's looking to shake things up a little bit. Instead of focusing on just one team, the series will focus on the entire AFC North division. The AFC North is obviously including the Steelers, the Bengals, the Browns, and the Ravens. And NFL Films Vice President and Head of Contact Keith Crossrow said in a statement, last season, the AFC North became the first division ever to have all 4 teams finish with a winning record, making it the perfect place to launch this new approach to Hard Knocks. And it's a perfect approach, but you also saw that picture. Russell Wilson is in there. So we thought we would get away from Russell Wilson. Absolutely not. We're going to be able to see what his entire season is going to look like, or a majority of his season is going to look like with the Steelers. Comes as no surprise. I'm sure he's not going to care about the cameras following him around or anything, but I'll be interested to see how NFL Films, involves Russell Wilson. Is he going to be a main person that they follow around? Is he just going to be one of those individuals? I think it's going to be really cool. I love that they're doing the entire AFC North. I love that we're going to see the Steelers. I love we're going to see the Bengals. Are you kidding me? Who wouldn't want to see what's going down over there in Cincinnati? The Browns is obviously an interesting one. And then the Ravens, who could possibly win the Super Bowl. Like, this is going to be such a fun time. I cannot wait to be able to dive into it and just see how different teams prepare for so many different things. So great job by NFL Films, and I cannot wait to see what ends up happening when it comes out later this year. And the 49ers wide receiver Brandon Ayuk shared an interesting development on his ongoing attempt for a new contract. Ayuk shared a clip of him talking to former Arizona State teammate Jaden Daniels on TikTok, where he said, "They don't want me back, I swear." They're all trying to negotiate a new contract. Ayuk has been sat out of the 49ers mandatory minicamp. James Marilat and I talked about this yesterday on Coffee Break. Go watch it. It's an interesting conversation, and I proposed a possible trade. Would you be willing to give up a 2025 and 2026 second round pick plus Courtland Sutton to bring Brandon Ayuk out here to hang out with the Denver Broncos? It's an interesting conversation. Go leave your response down in the comments on that video. Like I said, James and I talked about it for quite a while. We talked about, of course, Courtland Sutton and what we know out of Courtland Sutton, how Ayuk could kind of fit in. So it's a really, really good episode. Definitely recommend checking it out. And like I said, make sure you go leave a comment on if you would do that trade I just said. The Edmonton Oilers were in must-win territory in Game 4 of the Stanley Cup Finals, and after losing the first 3 games of the series to the Florida Panthers, the Oilers put up a massive offensive charge and defeated the Panthers 8-1 over the weekend. With the odds still against them, though, the Oilers are pumped and remaining hopeful. Defenseman Cody Ceci said, "We've come back from the dead already at the beginning of the year. Obviously not a position we want to be in, but just having come from the dead earlier this season gives us that belief that we can do it again." The Panthers currently lead the series 3-1 with Game 5 set for tonight in Florida. And yes, the Oilers are going to have to do something very, very few teams have ever done before. And I don't believe anybody in the NHL has ever done it. So it's going to be very hard. But there is always that storyline, which I find to be interesting, right? Like, everybody was counting them out at the beginning of the season because of how they started. They were not very good. They were having to figure it out. So there's that like tie-in to the beginning of the season. Like, obviously they mentioned right there, but I kind of just wonder, like, is this going to be some sort of storybook? I doubt it. Like, I really do think that the Panthers, who will be back home in Florida tonight, will probably get it done. And we will have 2 gentlemen sweeps in between the NBA and the NHL. But you have to believe that, yeah, the Oilers are still writing on that, saying, hey, we were able to come back. Look what's going to happen. But the only difference between that was it was do or die now, and it wasn't that way at the beginning of the season. So we'll end up seeing what happens. But also a lot of transcontinental flights for the Oilers and the Panthers as they were trying to get back and forth between each location. So how are they passing time on the plane? Well, the Oilers kept busy by playing Mario Kart on the Nintendo Switch. Connor McDavid prefers Luigi, if you were wondering. And the Panthers, meanwhile, they are card sharks, setting up tables for games of poker and 7-Up. How fun is that? And a pair of Astro fans just completed the baseball vacation of a lifetime, visiting all 30 MLB parks in 30 days. That's insane, first of all. In 30 days, they would do every single MLB park, which I just think is crazy. I can't imagine how much their tickets were, if they ended up driving, all sorts of things. So longtime friends Carmen Bearfield and Todd Nicholson began their trek with a Miami Marlins game on May 17th and wrapped it up Sunday at their home field of Minute Maid Park. The duo wore Astro jerseys to each game and added iron-on patches representing each stop. Todd says his favorite parks were Wrigley Field in Chicago, of course, stunning, and PNC Park in Pittsburgh, which everybody talks about being one of their favorites. But nothing beats the home crowd in Houston. So I do think that this is really fun. Of course, I love that they were going out there. I have a few questions though. Did you fly or did you drive? And how did you manage that to make it to each stadium? Did you wash your jersey? Because you're wearing it every single day. That's pretty insane. And adding on all these patches. And how much beer and hot dogs and popcorn and all sorts of stuff did you consume? Like, are you feeling good after these 30 days? Or are you thinking you need to go on like a clean diet for, 2 or 3 months to get over that? Because I feel like every time you have to go to the ballpark, you have to get a popcorn or a funnel cake, a hot dog, a burger, or something like that. So I'm very curious, but seriously, the vacation of a lifetime. I wish I would have known when they were coming out to Coors Field because it would have been really, really cool as well. Last thing for you though, on this Tuesday, JT Compher is getting married. Congratulations to him. He posted his proposal on Instagram, did it obviously in Chicago, Illinois, which is really, really cool as well. So of course he's no longer with the Colorado Avalanche. He's with the Detroit Red Wings, but we obviously wish him the best of luck with his engagement. I just love so much, you guys. It's so fun. Actually, really fun fact and personal thing. Yesterday was 1 year since I got engaged. So it was really crazy just to relive that entire weekend and how fun it was. And it also brings back so many things about the Nuggets, obviously, championship run. My fiance was waiting to see if the Nuggets were going to pull it off before he decided that he was going to ask me this summer. And there were so many things. So this month last year was so much fun. And I cannot wait to hopefully get back there with the Nuggets. And then, of course, my wedding in October is going to be here before we know it. Get to some of your comments. Fun show today, Rachel. Yes, I have to give a huge shout out to our producer, Trey. I hope you guys like the new graphics that we got. They looked really good. I could see them slightly, just kind of looking around, but I hope you guys like them. Just another way we can spice up this show. So plenty of good stuff. Oilers in 7. Yeah, Joey. Joey, what's up, my friend? I hope you are doing really, really well. I think that'd be crazy if they would be able to even push it to 7. Like having do or die games where you actually have to do that, that's insane. And that requires so much skill. I'm not ready for the NHL playoffs to be over. I'm not ready for the Stanley Cup finals to be over. So hopefully they can extend it just a few more games. Pop up some popcorn, new jinx, LOL. Let's see. If you want Edmonton to win, don't eat popcorn. I actually haven't had popcorn in a hot minute, so I won't eat any popcorn tonight just to see if we can extend the playoffs to go a little bit longer. Go Panthers for a first ever Stanley Cup win. I mean, that totally would be cool. Don't get me wrong. And I feel like they've been good for quite some time. So for them to be able to finish it off, and I always love if you can finish it off on home ice. That was my biggest regret when it came obviously to the Avalanche. They ended up winning in Tampa. I couldn't be there. I wish I would have bought the ticket now. I was this close, but it was like $750 round trip. And I was like, what if they don't win? Forever, still one of my biggest regrets. I wish I would have been able to go out there, but I think it's cool when you can do it on home ice anytime. Let's see. Dun, dun, dun. Don't really think we can afford to give up picks for him. I'm assuming you're talking about Brandon Ayuk, which is it was definitely one of like the main conversations a lot of people brought up was like, you need the draft picks. We've given up so many draft picks in the long run. So I agree, but you should definitely go watch the episode and you can hear my and James' full opinion on that. And every time Russ plays, it's a slap in the face to George Payton and his blunder in the dumb contract that was given to him. You know what? We all thought Russell Wilson was going to be good. Yes, George Payton should not have signed that contract, but nobody thought that it was going to be as bad of a trade as it actually was. So while we can fault him a little bit, I don't think we can say that absolutely everything is based on that. Because again, everybody thought we were going to go to the Super Bowl with Russell Wilson out here. Of course, that doesn't end up happening. But that's going to do it for our show today. So everybody, thank you so much for spending a little bit of time. We are actually off tomorrow, so you can come hang out with me at 12 o'clock. Jake Shapiro is going to join me. We're going to be talking about Derek White and where he ranks in the best Colorado athletes in the NBA. Of course, that's an interesting conversation. So definitely come chill, hang out with us at 12 o'clock. But then we are actually out of here tomorrow for June 19th, for Juneteenth, excuse me. So we will be back on Thursday, but you guys have a wonderful Tuesday and come hang out with us 12 o'clock. Drop a comment. Listen, if you're coming from Denver Sports Daily and you're going to go watch Coffee Break at 12 o'clock, like I said, come hang out with us. Put the word popcorn in the comments and we'll see how many people are hanging out. So love you guys so much. And we will see you a couple hours and then on Thursday. Bye, everybody.